Hi, so Charlie giving you Friday's live trading. I hope you're very well. It's the, what, 7th, is it? Yeah, 7th October. And I've got an hourly chart up here of the dollar yen. And I'm going to run through with you in just a second what I've done, or what we did with dollar yen yesterday. And I'm laughing at the moment because of something that's happened there. So I'll press pause and I'll come straight. Okay, just back, and let's change the charts back to the ones I normally use. So yes, we shorted the dollar yen up here yesterday, wherever it was. Yesterday early evening, it was about 5 o'clock or so in the trading room. I'm with the traders again this morning, and it's come down. It's had a nice run down. Had orders in for the hourly 50. Now we can see it didn't hit the hourly 50, and but we're now on non-farm payrolls day, and I can see it's been creeping its way back up. So I'm marginally underwater on this trade at the moment. There we are. So I've got a couple of trades running here at the moment. I've got an old Aussie dollar final position from earlier on in the week, and we've got this trade that I took yesterday. So this was up quite significantly overnight, but I wasn't obviously up overnight to have managed it. So what I'm going to do now, we had our stops originally at 104.16. Going to move those stops down. I think it's going to want to go higher, and I think I'm going to get stopped out. So I'm going to move the stop down to 104.05. So let's just get that confirmation out of the way. 104.05 and 104.05. I'm literally doing this. I think I'm going to get stopped out, but I'm literally just doing it just in case. I was just having a quick look with the guys, but I think that this is going to go there and stop me out. I'm going to probably take a couple £100 loss on it, so I'm giving it that little bit of room just in case. But looking at that hourly chart, it looks like it wants to probably go higher now. I think I've had my chance, obviously, during the middle of the night, to have banked some half decent profits. It would have been about 40 pips of profit, but I wasn't there to do it. I had orders in, so if anyone says, "Oh, why didn't you have any orders in, Charlie?" Did have orders in at 103.40, I think it was. Let's have a look on the account. There. Oh no! Oh, oops! I was supposed to. I thought I was supposed to put an order in at 103.40, and obviously I hadn't. I thought I'd done that. See? Oh, look, confession there, guys. I thought I was supposed to have done that. I must have forgotten to put it in. But anyway, either way, it wouldn't have got hit anyway at 103.40. Probably if it had been here, then I might have trailed my stop down a little bit as it got so close to the hourly 50. But anyway, what's done is done. What I'll do is monitor this as we go through the morning. So if it does just roll over a bit more, then I'll take some sort of decision on banking some profits. Maybe if it comes back down to like 75 now or something like that. But I think it's probably just going to come up and stop out. But I've only got like a 10 pip stop on one of them, and 13 pip on the other unit. So that's all we've got there at the moment. So anyway, that's what we're already in. It's non-farm payrolls day. So, and I'm well aware, this is only 10 to 8, I'm well aware of what's gone on with the likes of cable overnight, and this huge flash crash it's effectively had. It did 600 pips in the middle of the night. So something's gone on there. I'm just catching up on all the news stories. I'm just reading on that now. So cable's out of the question for me. I'm not going to be able to trade that. It's going to be way too messy with a huge candle like that, so I can't touch cable. Now the euro has weakened off overnight as well, so I really need to get my head around these charts and see where these opportunities may be this morning, or whether the opportunities aren't going to come until non-farm payrolls this afternoon. So I'll press pause for now. Okay, so just as the dollar yen's come down here, I'm going to bank half of this entry from yesterday. It's not what I would have wanted to have done, but the trade, played itself out overnight and came down to those levels down there. So I've just banked half. So this is I'll see if it can come down to 75 or whatever on the second half, or maybe even lower. But I'm really overall expecting maybe some more strength to come in on that dollar yen. So just in case. We've come down to a lot of support. We've come down to the 15-minute 50 there. We've come down to, sorry, that's the 5-minute 50. The 15-minute 21, where it's hit that on my e-signal charts just off screen. the 30-minute 50 as well, and the 30-minute 21. So it's hit a load of little moving average combo support there. So I've just banked that half off. So if I just bring that up, so I've just banked. What did I bank there? £80 on that unit. So whatever happens now, I'll move the stop down on the other half actually, because now we've come off from these highs here. I might as well move the stops down to those highs, and those highs are 103.99. So I can move the stop down to sort of 104 now. So in fact, whatever happens, I've got a bit lucky, but I can't lose on that trade now. I say lucky because it could have just come up here this morning and come straight up and stop me out. But obviously because we put the trade in and left it in overnight, and it was a dynamic exit as I call them, because it was using a moving average, the 50 period moving average had come up to meet price beyond where I would have wanted to have come, or would have come out. So we'll see what happens, but anyway, that's that one done for now. I'll press pause. Okay, so the dollar yen's sort of started creeping its way back over. I am going to move that stop down a little bit now on the dollar yen. So let's bring it up again. So can we see it? There it is. I've got it at 104, so I just want to see where I was going to look at moving it to. I'm going to move it down to 103.95 now. I'm just getting aggressive with it. It's non-farm payroll day, and at some point, if it's going to come back up again, I might as well get out of the thing, be out of the thing. So like I said, I would have been up a huge amount more if we'd have been up over, if it had moved obviously this amount during the day. But because we're in a retracement mode, let's go back to this hourly chart. This has still got that potential to just start winding its way back up again yet. So we had the trade. Now people might say, "Oh, Charlie, well, why was the trade there in the first place?" You know, the trend was up. Absolutely, it's been a wonderful trend. It had hit resistance yesterday. It hit the daily 100 moving average, and it had I don't know, 7-8 days up in a row. And we had some divergent type behavior there, and it was the right trade, and it worked out. It's just one of those things that it did it overnight, and then it's retraced since then. So I've had to just take different measures here as far as the management of the trade. Okay, I'll press pause for now, and we'll come back to this later. Okay, just back, and I've got two charts up here. You can probably only see part of one of the charts. This is an hourly chart of this dollar yen. And I talked about this hourly 50 I was looking ultimately for. We can see that it's just starting to roll down a little bit here. They've got the 5-minute chart here in black behind, so you can see a bit of the an hourly chart. This is a different charting software. So I'm keeping my eye on this dollar yen. So if it rolls down, we're looking at 65. It's not that much lower than where we are, just bouncing on the 5-minute 500 at the moment, and then if it can get down to that hourly 50, I'm going to have to close out of this position. What time are we at now? It's 20 past 11. I'm going to have to close out of this position before non-farm payrolls, because that's the right thing to do. There's no point, as much as, you know, what if the dollar yen spikes, has a nice big spike down, but you know, that's gambling really. So because if it spiked up, I could end up with a load of slippage. So we'll leave. No, I'm not going to bother with that. So if it gets down to my target, then I bank the remainder there. What else is there to mention here? Obviously there's been a huge amount going on with cable overnight and into this morning, but that's not what these videos are about. These videos are about my live trading, not about me giving overall commentary about other markets and stuff like that. So I've got to remain focused, and we've still got non-farm payrolls to come. So I'll press pause on the pause button for now. Okay, what I'm going to do, because this dollar yen is so close to that hourly 50, and I'm trying to do stuff with the guys in the trading room, and I'm not getting to do it because I'm sitting here waiting to manually close out of the trade. But what I'm actually going to do today is I've moved the stop down a little bit. I'm going to put a limit order in. The level is at 103.65, so we'll put it in at 66. 103.66. I'm going to put a target order in there at 103.66. It's literally just a few pips away from the target. So I want to get on with the guys, and And yeah, the dollar yen could have a much bigger move, but I can't be involved in that. The hourly 50 is my target. I can't be involved if it is in a bigger move. I'll deal with all that after non-farm payrolls. So anyway, I've got an order in there now, so I won't be closing it out live like I normally do manually. If it does come down, we'll just come back to it if it does get down there. Anyway, I'll press pause. Higher level. Right, okay, just back, and we can see that price is on top of that hourly. We've just gone past 12 o'clock, and so the hourly 50's risen a little bit. So I'm looking to see if we can get this hit. My order was down at 66, but it wouldn't be 66 now, because obviously that hourly 50 has gone up a little bit. So I'm going to now go back to having to manually execute, see if we can see this come down. I've finished with the bits I was doing with the guys. So see if it can come down just in this next few seconds, if it's going to do me a favor. It's not been moving much, so it may not do me that favor, but we are right on top of it. And who knows, like I've said, what's going to happen this afternoon as regards to this dollar yen, and it might come down a lot more. That's not the plan. You have a plan, you have targets, and then you stick to those targets. So the target was always the hourly 50. If it had come down, and I'd have been around, or if it had come down to the 50 overnight, it would have been great, but it didn't. So anyway, so let's just see if it can just break down into those 68s. It looks like it's so close, and here we go. I think it's probably just about there. It's just on top of the hourly chart. Looks like it's hardly moving. That's because it isn't. So it's right on top of it, as you can see there, right on top of it there. So I think it's probably going to be just about there. That must be there now. So it looks like it's not moving. Okay, it's on it. So let's take it. Okay, finally out at 68. So not anything too major there, but finally out of that trade. So let's bring up the deal ticket. And I know yet again this is one of those trades. We did it in the room. Look, the room are all here with me. You can see them all there. So all the chat and everything going on there. So there's how many of us are in today? There was about 58 of us this morning. About 51 now. And so that trade is now square. So we can see that dollar yen trade is square. So the 2 units there. In the end, it was only 10 pips on that first half because of what had gone on overnight, and it looked like it could want to come up, and I just took that opportunity when it came down to that support, if you remember from earlier on in the video. And then the second entry, we got a slightly better, but only 24 pips, I think it is. Is that 24 pips? Yeah. So nothing too major on that. Just 260 quid. We've got this afternoon to come. Obviously, the Aussie dollar's a separate trade as well. We've been in that one since Tuesday. This is the final remnant, the final part of this. So, but they're only small. What could happen this afternoon is that I'll be trading bigger when and certainly with bigger stops when we come into the news, and so it'll be a completely different type of trading, and we'll see what happens then. But I'll press pause for now. Okay, just back now, and it's just coming up to past. This is a 5-minute chart. I'm going to just go back out to that hourly chart of this dollar yen. So here's the hourly chart. I'm looking for a spike down. Into the 102s. If we get a spike down into the 102s, if we go quickly out to the daily chart, that would bring price right away down in towards my lower bands on my daily charts. If we could do that, I'd be looking to be a buyer. So I'll be standing in front of a freight train there on the 5-minute chart, potentially. I'll be watching it, obviously, but if it does that, I think the trend is up overall. If we spike down, then I want to be buying that spike in the context of an overall upwards trend. So that's what I'll be looking to do there. And it's really only the dollar yen that I'm interested in. If it doesn't do what I'd be looking for it to do here, and it just goes flying up, then it could well be that I don't get another trade, and we'll just monitor the existing trade that I'm in on the Aussie dollar and stuff like that. But it'd be nice if it did spike down. It might give me some options. If not, that could be it for the day. So let's see. We have got 10 seconds to go. There's not anything to do like immediately, but let's just see what's going to happen from here. Okay, right, spike down, it's coming. So let's see. Deal tickets are ready. Is it going to come down far enough? That's the question. Is it going to come down far enough? So it's got a long way to go yet. Like I said, it's got to go sub 102.90. I've been discussing this with the guys in the trading room all morning. So sub 102.90 is what I'd be looking for, and it doesn't have to. But for just while it's playing around here, there's the hourly chart. Yes, I was short this morning. I would have been gambling if I'd have held that position on into the news. So I wasn't going to do that. So and if we actually go to the 4-hour chart, all it's done is come down to the 4-hour 20 or 21. So here on this chart. So we've got the spike, but I needed a deeper spike to come down in light of that. In light of that daily chart, and it doesn't have to do that. Now the result, the jobs come in at 156,000 as opposed to 176,000 expected, so they're coming a bit lighter, but it's not a catastrophe. So let's come back, and maybe that's why, there we go, we've got our spike, and it's come straight back up from there. I was looking for a deeper spike, so it came down into more support based on the daily charts and on the 4-hourly charts further down, but it doesn't look like I'm getting that at the moment. So, but anyway, we'll keep an eye on this for a bit. I'm not going to be able to justify the yen if it just goes straight up from here, because all of my momentum charts are not quite geared up for me to be able to get it on the long side. So it really is just a case of whether it does come down. I can't justify shorting it because we're in an upwards trend, so I'm only going to be looking to be a buyer. So I shall press pause now, and we'll just give it a few minutes and see what happens. Okay, just back. So as we can see now, just another few minutes on this, it had that spike. It was exactly what I wanted, but just I was asking a bit there for it to come down sub 102.90. If it had done a bit more of a spike, it was primed up. If we go back to that daily chart, to just have that bit more, I was looking for that sub 103 towards my lower band here, and that would have been a nice little buying entry point. But the idea was there for that, but obviously it didn't get there far enough. So I don't know what's going to happen now, but the spikes and all that have happened, so I wouldn't be interested in trying to trade it. If it had spiked and then come straight back down, that's fine. But for now, that looks about it. So as far as the trades are concerned today, well, I'll say the trade's concerned today. It's what we did in the room. It was just from yesterday, and actually these are just the two. I've only done 2 trades this week. This Aussie dollar is, like I said, I've already banked profits off of that Aussie dollar, so I'm just leaving this to run if it wants to run. And 263 quid on dollar yen. It is my first week back, and I've not done much this week. But when the bigger trades come along, then I'll happily trade those. So a profitable day, but nothing to get my knickers in a twist about. But I'll leave you to it. See you next week.